Hey everybody, Coach Nat Harris here. Welcome to Courtside. How you doing? Hope everybody's okay. And for this segment, this is my preseason segment that I've been talking to you about. And what better place to be? My old stomping ground, Pace University, with my good friend Matt Anthony, who is the compliance director here. And let's just start off, Matt. Tell us a little bit about your background and what has happened to you that actually have led you to this pretty important position here at Pace.
Yeah, sure. I went to college, at Ithaca College up in central New York, graduated in 2012, was a student athlete there. I played soccer. And then right after I graduated, I kind of just started interning here. I was a graduate assistant for my first year, and then went as a marketing coordinator. They offered me a full-time gig as a marketing coordinator. I did that for about year and a half-ish, and then I transitioned into compliance. Basically, I just wanted to transition to compliance because the marketing world, I got a little taste of the external side of college athletics, whereas compliance, I kind of wanted to get a little bit more of the nitty-gritty internal. So two different worlds. So kind of got an experience of both worlds because I want to be an athletic director at some point. So I kind of need to have knowledge of both.
That's usually the path, man. Okay, for the parents that are watching, the student athletes that are watching, just give us a breakdown, because I know it's an important thing, you know, working here, being on the college scene, watching what you've done when people come to you. Just break it down in its kind of simplest forms. What is the responsibility of a compliance person?
Compliance officer is generally kind of educating constantly on NCAA rules. We certify, student athletes eligibility as far as progress towards degree, eligibility center, and then we also just provide our coaches rule interpretations, and then reach out to the NCAA if there is, because a lot of the rules, sometimes there's a lot of gray area. So sometimes we ourselves need interpretations from either our conference office or the NCAA office. And then also too, at the Division II level, most compliance coordinators oversee their school scholarship budget as well.
Okay. Do you find yourself, since you've been on board, do you find yourself having to educate the coaches and or the student athletes on one particular type of rule or type of discipline that people seem to overlook, or for the most part, does everybody have everything in check?
For the most part, everybody has everything in check. Coaches, it's generally recruiting. They usually have, because they're always trying to one-up each other, in the recruiting world. So they're trying business, they're trying to figure out how close they can get to that line without going over it. So it's usually recruiting for coaches. For student athletes, it's kind of just it's probably credits, when they get here, the progress towards degree requirements, just how many credits they need to earn a year, and then kind of explain to them why if they are ineligible, why they're ineligible. And then two, what's coming up is probably sports gambling, just make sure they know that, fantasy leagues and all that type of stuff. If there's an entry fee, if you participate and there's an entry fee in a league, that's technically considered sports gambling. So just kind of, then March Madness, when the brackets come out, the different bracket pools. So just make sure they know all that information so their eligibility doesn't get affected.
Yeah, you just reminded me of something on one of my previous blogs. I was talking to the athletes about the importance of what they put on the internet, or what they shouldn't put on the internet. Can you do briefly about that, about the importance of that to people that are looking, especially parents and high school kids, and even people in college that are watching? They tend to forget that whatever they put on the internet can be read.
We educate our student athletes every year in our preseason meetings on social media. We had you were here. We had a social media incident in the past that, if you Google, I'm not going to go into specifics, but if you Google this student's name, that social media incident, it was a photo, will still pop up if you Google that student's name. I actually just looked at it last week, and that was 3 years ago. So anything you put online, anything can be dug up, kind of saw it with Dante DiVincenzo this past year. He's the most outstanding player of the Final Four. The next day, he's supposed to be celebrating a national championship, but somebody dug up tweets from when he was in high school. I think he was tweeting, rap lyrics, and he's a white guy, tweeting, the N-word and stuff like that. And I think he was just tweeting the rap lyrics. He didn't mean anything by it. But again, that was brought up, and he had to address it.
Big time.
Uncomfortable for him.
Big time.
Same thing kind of happened with Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills quarterback, right before the draft. So if you put it out there, it can be dug up, and then not everything on Snapchat disappears.
Okay, so you're hearing that what you put down. You better be careful about it.
And I know coaches too. Actually, I know us, employers. When we're looking for jobs, we're looking at candidates. We Google their name. If we don't like what's on their social media, we'll throw that resume out.
Right. I mentioned that also about the seniors. I reminded them that in a few months they'll be looking for a job, and don't let that be the reason why you're not called back, because you something that you put down months ago, and they find it, and guess what? You're not getting it. And I wonder why I didn't get the job. I wonder why I didn't get it.
Right. And then even coaches, high school coaches, high school students, college coaches will look at their social media and stop recruiting them if they don't like what they see as well.
Definitely about that. I know about that right off the bat. I don't care how good you are, right off the bat. I'm not taking a chance. What about you? Any future plans for you? Or I know you love what you're doing. I know you said you wanted to be an athletic director. What skills do you think that you still need in order to get to that point? What do you think has to happen, for you personally?
I think personally, right now, probably sport oversight. I haven't overseen a sport yet, so that's probably next. And then maybe, obviously transitioning at some point to an associate athletic director role, where maybe I don't handle compliance on a day-to-day basis, but maybe I do academics and compliance, where I kind of oversee compliance, a compliance officer.
Well, I can see that happening for you pretty soon, because I tell you, just like working out on the court or being here on the screen and looking at stuff, I thought I was putting logged in some hours. Boy, you would be here before I got here and after I got here, and that's I always envied you and admired you for that and with that.
I appreciate that.
Any suggestions? Anything you want to again, to the global population is from high school up to even pro. Anything you want to throw out there that you can just be not a suggestion or a warning or just an advice, to the population in terms of things that you think that are important for them to know?
Right. Yeah. High school students, kind of just compliance-wise, just register for eligibility center as fast as you can. Right after your junior year, submit test scores if you've taken them, and have your guidance counselor submit a transcript. That way that they can do a preliminary read, and then when they're coming on, when you're coming on visits, compliance officers can kind of just look at what the NCAA already has you at, and kind of see if there's any possible roadblocks to you being eligible when you come in. Current college students, kind of not really sure for college students. Really
stay afloat, baby.
Yeah, take your academic. Seriously, take your academics seriously. Especially at the Division II level. Kind of basketball probably isn't going to be your end-all, be-all career. So really take your academics seriously. You're being afforded an opportunity, especially if you're on scholarship, to come to college at a discount, if not fully discounted. So really use that opportunity to get an education, and use that education as you move forward. And again, social media is the new first impression. So really make sure what you put out on social media is an accurate reflection on yourself and kind of what you stand for.
Well, man, I'm going to thank you again for those that are watching and listening. It's a small yet concentrated segment on the importance of what a compliance director does. And, again, I just want to thank you. Like I said, the guy, women, the men that have that position, I just know one of the positions that I've always looked at and respected and admired, because I think so much depends on it. It doesn't even start from the college, it starts even from the high school, and that's why I appreciate you giving some of the high school kids some suggestions with the compliance, filling out the forms and doing things on time. So there you have it. This is our, again, first segment on the preseason, and like I always say, whenever you enter a basketball arena, whether it's outside or inside, the best spot to ever be is right here on courtside. Until next time, take care.